Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Premier, with regard to the ruling of the Gauteng High Court on 27 March this year, which found that the Gauteng Health Department's failure to provide urgent treatment for cancer patients is unlawful and unconstitutional, will the Premier please indicate, 1, why has he made no public comment on the severe judicial rebuke against the department? 2, why has he taken no action against those responsible for the return to Treasury of 250 million rand earmarked to treat cancer patients? 3, is he concerned that available funds have not been used to save the lives of cancer patients? 4, why has he not removed Health MEC Nomantu Nkomo-Ralehoko and Head of Department Lesiba Malotana for their negligence in this matter? And 5, what future action will he take to ensure the backlog of cancer patients who require urgent radiation treatment is speedily eliminated? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Bloom. Honourable Premier.
Thanks so much, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much, Honourable Member Bloom. I must say, Member Bloom, is unfortunate that this matter is in court. You will recall during the State of the Province address, we offered our services to mediate and resolve this matter. But the parties concerned felt the courts are the best platform to deal with this matter. And in any court, whoever loses, they reserve their right to appeal. So the Gauteng Provincial Government remains committed to a speedy resolution on this matter, working with other stakeholders to ensure that the aspirations of Section 27 of our Constitution, which guarantees everyone the right to access to healthcare services, are met. As you might be aware, the Gauteng Department of Health and Wellness has applied and has been granted leave to appeal the judgment, an order of Acting Judge S. Nevenhazen, stating that if it left unchallenged, it will greatly prejudice patients undergoing radiation oncology. In line with Standing Rule 128, it will therefore be premature for me to continue responding on this matter. But in terms of your question 2, while the Gauteng Provincial Government has been underspending, and I think there's been raised earlier on in member statement, we worked very hard to decrease under expenditure. I mean, in 2021, under expenditure was 5.8 billion rands. In 2022, it went down to 5.3 billion rands. In 2023, it went down to 5 billion. In 2022-23, it went down to 3.4 billion. So this year is 1.8 billion. So we've managed it from 5 billion to 1.8. It's still too high. But when we came in, we prioritized that under expenditure must be managed and must be reduced. So in 3 years, under expenditure has moved from 5 billion to 1.8 billion, of which it's still too much. And I can assure you, Member Bloom, that I'm going to take relevant action about under expenditure and people that have not been managing our resources. I can't accept under the government that I have the honor to lead, where we allocate resources and those resources are not utilized and not attended. And the last time I checked, Member Bloom, I'm the Premier and I'm responsible for the deployment of MECs. If there is one MEC you don't like in the administration, leave it with me so that I can execute the mandate that I have. In terms of future action that I will take to deal with backlog, the department has given us a detailed report in partnership with relevant private universities, and the plan is to eradicate and eliminate this backlog as soon as possible. And in terms of that report, I'm quite convinced that this matter will be finalized. And I want to take this opportunity to apologize to all cancer patients. It was not our wish to put them through these difficulties. Unfortunately, when we've got court cases and we also have a backlog, it's very, very difficult for the department to balance the two. But this is not an excuse. As I said, I've received a full detailed report on how this backlog will be eliminated, and I remain convinced this backlog will be eliminated. And once more, my heartfelt apologies to all cancer patients in our province. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Okay, thank you very much, Honourable Premier. Honourable Bloom, supplementary question or short remark?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You know, Honourable Premier, it's too late to apologise and it's too late to bring down the backlog. You know, this backlog is 3 years old. It's about 3,000 patients. And if you don't get radiation therapy within 180 days, it's useless. It's not going to save your life. So people have already died. And Honourable Premier, I want to say to you today, this is your Life-Asedimeni scandal. It's happened on your watch. My estimate is that more people have died than during the Life-Asedimeni disaster with 144 mental patients. So, you know, you can work out the arithmetic for yourself. There are hundreds of cancer patients who didn't get the radiation treatment within this prescribed period, within 3 months. And part of it is, of course, 250 million rand was completely unspent. And I believe that the 261 million rand that was budgeted last year has not been fully spent either. So this is an absolute scandal. You're running away from it. It's taken you 47 days since the court case to respond. And that's only because you have to respond in this House. And this matter should never have gone to court in the first place. And the reason it did is because there's a complete lack of trust between the department and various respected NGOs, the Cancer Alliance, Section 27, Treatment Action Campaign, do not have any trust in the Gauteng Health Department. That's why it's ended up in court. And now you're appealing it. You know, quite frankly, you know, I think that lives have already been lost. People are suffering because of this, and I think you need to take drastic action, and part of it is changing the people responsible. You talk about accountability, the under-expenditure. Well, you have a health MEC who should be accountable and a head of department who should be accountable, and you should act, because we really need to save the lives of these cancer patients. Thank you.